another story. Maybe one I shouldn't be talking about yet. I feel like when stuff like this happens, I have to wait a while before I talk about it. Plus, I didn't know what to upload tomorrow, so here we go. A couple weeks ago, someone hit my Stingray in a parking lot. I had to get it fixed. I made a whole video on it. The other person's insurance was taking care of everything, so that was all fine. It was going to take a couple of days to fix, so I dropped off my car and they gave me a Camaro as a rental car. So I drove that no problem for a couple of days and I was going to turn it in no problem. And then they texted me and they said they needed a couple more days because they ordered the wrong part for my car, so I was stuck with it a couple more days. I went to my mom's house that day and my brother was there and he's a huge car freak. He used to know nothing about cars. I used to make fun of him for not being able to tell the difference between a Honda and a Mercedes, but now cars are pretty much his life. He fixes them up and he knows everything about them. Plus, he's a really good driver. Good driver as in good like me. He can drive super fast but safe. And he's a beast at maneuvering through cars, weaving through traffic. It's really, really fun to drive with him. So he was like, cool, you got a Camaro. Can I do donuts in it? I'm like, sure, whatever. It's not my car. So I let him drive. We do some donuts, and he turns traction control off. And that pretty much makes your car skid and go crazy, do whatever it wants. And while we were getting out of the neighborhood, he rams into a curb while accelerating hard, like really hard. So it made a super loud tire screech and there was a burst. Like it was so loud, we were panicking. I thought we crashed. I thought the car was messed up. Like, oh my God, what did you do? I don't have this car insured. What am I gonna do? We all started panicking. So when you rent a car out, they give you an option to buy insurance for like $20 a day. I was like, nope, I don't want to spend $20 a day. I'm not gonna crash it or anything. So we got out of the car. Both tires had popped and the rims were really, really, really messed up. Supreme curb bite. Worst part is like the camber. It was like a positive camber. You know, tires weren't straight. They were literally at an angle going inwards. You know, the stanky leg car memes, but the opposite of a stanky leg, like going the other way. I don't know how else to describe it. It was fucked. But luckily there was no body damage. But a second later, a ton of people came outside because they heard the loud sounds and a crash. They came towards us, and a lot of people in my neighborhood don't like my brother because of his loud cars. So we just got in the car and drove out of the neighborhood and into another one. The car barely moved. It was on 2 flat tires. Imagine in GTA driving when you have no tires and just driving on the rim. It sucks. You can't drive like that. It got wrecked. So we pretty much just parked at a park until we could figure something out. Then my mom texted me saying I shouldn't have done that and the neighbors were really mad at me and they're calling the cops. They thought I was drunk. I'm like, oh my God, it wasn't me. Apparently all the neighbors think I did it and that I was drunk. I don't even drink. So my brother makes some calls. We looked on Craigslist. He finds the same exact tires and wheels, exactly what we need to fix it. And we called and nothing. They didn't reply. No answer. For the next like day or whatever, we kept trying to call them, but I don't know. Then guess what? A cop comes down the road and we just get in the car, try and move it down the street. It was so scary. We were panicking. We thought he was gonna arrest us. He lingered for a little bit and then he left. It was like such a big relief. And it's funny because this lady came outside with her kids while I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, pick me up, Mom. Come now. You have to come now. There's a cop coming. He's driving down the street. He's gonna get me. And I was kind of screaming when I was talking to her. So I don't know if she snitched on me or something. But did I mention that I had groceries in the trunk too? Everything got messed up. The rotisserie chicken and its juices fell out. My bread got mushed. The strawberries and blackberries all came out of their case. Oh, and the worst part, we got olives from the olive bar. So there was like a container, a plastic container with olive oil. That just went everywhere. So it was all oily and sticky and disgusting. And we didn't even deal with that. So we kind of salvaged the food because we were hungry. So I told my brother, I gotta go home. I have stuff to do. And he said he'll take care of it. So I leave the car with him and my mom takes me home. The next day, I get a call from Hertz, the car and rental place, asking if everything's okay with the rental because I guess the girl called them because there was a sticker on the car and I guess she called them, making sure it wasn't stolen or whatever when I was calling my mom before. I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Then I hung up. It's like they know. So 2 days passed with a ton of stress. And my brother was trying to fix it, but he couldn't. He put some new tires on it so I could drive it back. But it was a rental car and car places wouldn't touch it or even look at it or anything. So you know what? After a ton of frustration, I just decided to take it back and pay up for my mistakes. I shouldn't have let him drive it. My brother was coaching me like to act cute and pathetic. He's like, they'll feel bad for you. I can't do pathetic. So I went there and just told him what happened. They were like, okay, we're just gonna file a claim with insurance, and I just had to pay a $500 deductible for now. So not that bad. I was just so glad to have it over with because it was so annoying, and I read so much horror stories how they charge you for everything they possibly can, like even the whole price of the car in some stories, and for the money that the car could have gotten while it's in the shop, you know? I just didn't want to get charged like $30K for the car, but that would have been a nightmare. Also, never letting my brother drive any of my cars again, rental or not. So I learned my lesson. You don't have to comment how stupid I am. How, oh, you're an idiot, you don't know how to drive. Women drivers. It wasn't even me, I didn't even crash it. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face and subscribe to join the wolf pack. Ow! Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.